Good morning. Welcome to the Keystone Western Podcast. My name is Pedro. I'm your host and producer. This is the show where we talk about trucking and the transportation industry, exploring the stories, challenges, and innovations that keep the world moving. Each week, we bring you conversations with industry veterans, often becoming professionals and experts on everything from career advice and industry trends to mental health, fitness, and beyond. Whether you're a long-time driver, someone curious about the industry, or just looking for inspiring stories, we got you covered. Let's get started. Today, I have a special guest, one of our team members, Joanie.
Hi.
Start off by introducing yourself, please.
My name is Joanie. I am a regional flat deck driver at Keystone Western.
Okay, how did you get started in trucking?
I started off with grain, hauled grain for about 9 years, and then I switched over to Keystone, start in flat deck.
Okay,
Yeah.
What made you want to go to flat deck? Well, first off, what made you want to become a truck driver? Let's start there.
Well, Ben, my husband, he drives truck, and I started off, I should say, I went along with him, and I realized very quickly I did not enjoy being a passenger princess. So with his encouragement and support, I started talking about making my class 1s, and then, with his support and encouragement, started studying and training, and made my class 1s, and then a couple of days later, joined him in the truck again, and then we did team. I wasn't 21, so I wasn't able to go into the U.S. driving. So what we did was I would drive the Canadian side, and he would drive on the U.S. side.
Okay.
Yeah, just switched back and forth like that for about maybe a year, and then that's when we switched over to doing each a truck, and then one behind another.
So when did you start? When did you get your class 1?
Boy, that was in 2014, I believe.
So the industry has obviously changed a lot since then, right?
Oh, yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From going to ELD to, everything and anything technology.
Yeah, we started off with paper log, and then we switched over to ELD, yeah.
Okay. So what does a typical day on the road to you look like?
It all depends on the weather, right? How the road conditions. Get myself ready in the morning, get my tea ready. I got 2 little co-drivers, so
Nice.
Let them go out and go for a little walk, which for me it's like breath of fresh air, right? Like, start, if I have a load on, do a load check and pre-trip, and get my day going.
Okay. You start early?
I like to start early and be done early.
Okay.
I've done a lot of night driving, so I've been trucking now for 12 years, so I've done my share of night driving, and now I just like to start early and be done early.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. How do you unwind after a long trip?
Basically, it's very much the same the way I started. I get myself ready for the night. Same thing with my little co-drivers. I let them out and go for a little walk, and just stretch my legs and do a walk around in the truck and make sure my tires are still on.
That's important, right?
I do a load check and
Okay.
Yeah.
How about when you come home after a long trip? Do you need to distance yourself from driving quite a bit, or how do you unwind from? Because there's a level of stress from driving, right?
Absolutely. To separate work from personal life, right? Which is not easy to do when you're driving truck, right? There's always something that needs to be done on the truck. So Ben and I will normally try to take care of that. When I get home, first thing I do is clean up my truck. I feel like when I clean up my truck, vacuum it, wipe it down, then I can go inside and be like, okay, one of my houses is clean, and now I got to focus on the next one,
Well,
So.
I guess the other house doesn't get really dirty if you're on the road.
No, it doesn't. That's right.
Right.
But I mean, dust always collects, and we still do live on it in the weekend, so stuff still needs to be done.
So what do you guys do for fun after work besides driving? Driving is fun, but
Yeah. We are very relaxed people. I feel like when you're driving all week, you look forward to just being home. We enjoy being home. go for walks and just relax, hang out with friends and family. And that's
Nice.
pretty much it. Like,
Okay.
there's always the different activities going on, but
Okay. So what's a trick to keeping a healthy lifestyle on the road as a truck driver? Because I'm going to say as it is, you don't find good foods at truck stops. So.
And if you do, you pay for it. Right?
Yes, that's true.
You
I've heard stories from people that drove like 20, 30 years ago, and they're like, yeah, you could stop every few hours. There's a mom and pop restaurant somewhere. You paid $3 for a big steak and egg and good meal, right? That
Yeah.
would get you through the day.
Yeah.
But not nowadays.
No, it's definitely different. Parking is a big issue, I feel like. And for me, I would say, me personally, and it's not for everybody, and not everybody has the option to do that, I feel like. But for me, meal prepping. I do a lot of meal prepping, take that along. And I would say to stay healthy, don't have your snacks within hand's reach. I know that can be very inconvenient, but for me, that helps a lot.
Okay.
Like, not to have them in hand's reach, like to the point where if I want snacks, I have to stop and get them, and that has helped me to stop snacking a lot because I don't like stopping for no reason. So
Right.
yeah.
Okay. So what are your 3 favorite foods to meal prep for the road?
Boy, what would it be? I would say like protein balls. I would say that's one of them. That's a huge one. I focus on my protein intake, so meat, and then I do broccoli. Like, it's an air fryer meal. It's very easy to prep, right? Like, you prep it in a bowl and you can throw it in the air fryer and turn it on, right?
Okay.
And that's what's so convenient about it is having it meal prepped. That way you're able to just throw it in the air fryer and turn it on and it's ready to go, right?
Okay.
I would say with broccoli and potatoes and stuff like that, I would say nothing comes to mind right now.
Yeah, that's okay. You have an air fryer in the truck?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That makes the life a little bit easier. Right?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So what do you enjoy most about your job?
My job. I love my job.
The job itself.
The job itself. It's something. It's always something different. You know, when you get sent to a customer, you don't always know what you're loading. So getting there and like, hey, what am I going to load now, right? And how to figuring out how am I going to strap this down? How am I going to chain it? Tarping. Oh, that can be a challenge.
And -40.
Yeah, exactly. You feel like you have a layer of brick there, and you gotta try to break that apart. Oh my goodness, that can be a challenge. But I want to say, since I've been driving truck, I've never dreaded going to work.
Okay.
There's people that dread going to work. Monday morning comes and they're like, oh, I gotta go to work, right? And that's something that I don't struggle with. Like, I enjoy my job. I love my job.
Okay.
And it's just because it's something different, right? It's something, it's always, every day it's something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for the most part, you can control your environment, right?
True, yeah.
You kind of, by yourself, it has pros and cons. Like, being alone can be hard, but
yeah,
it can have its pros too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what do the holidays mean to you as a truck driver? And then we'll integrate this a little bit, what the general public might not recognize about, Christmas and truck drivers. Truck drivers basically Santa.
Yeah, right.
If he exists.
Yeah. I would say being able to make it home for the holidays is a big deal, because there's a lot of drivers that are not able to do that, and I've been there too, where you've missed out on gatherings, you've had to leave. You get ready and your family's getting ready. You're both getting ready, but I'm getting ready to go on the road and they're getting ready to go to Christmas gatherings and stuff like that, right? Being close to family and friends, it's hard, and you try not to think about it. Like, you're just, okay, this is my job, I gotta do this, Because we used to the long haul, and we've missed out on a lot of family time. We missed out on a lot of events, nieces and nephews.
Okay.
And being close to them, it's hard. And that being said, I just want to say to the people that don't drive truck, how important it is for them to their understanding of that. that's what has made it like doable for us, I want to say, because we've had people that don't understand, and they're disappointed in you, and driving truck and then knowing that, oh, they don't understand, and they're disappointed of you, like not being there. You weren't able to show up, right?
Okay.
Like it's hard driving like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we've been very fortunate to have a lot of our family and friends like been understanding of that.
Okay.
That, you know what, like they're not able to make it, like they tried, they just can't make it, right?
Right.
We can't predict, like you show up to a receiver and, you know, they can't unload you or they can't load you, whatever. You know, sometimes you just gotta wait.
Yeah.
And you sit there and wait and like, I want to be home tomorrow. It doesn't always work. It just doesn't work.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's very important for a lot of people that are not in the industry to just appreciate what truck drivers do, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And to recognize that.
And yeah, like you were saying too, it's I feel like they're always in the rush, go, 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 and they're so frustrated when they're stuck behind a semi truck.
Yeah.
And it's like might want to go, buy a Christmas tree, and you don't realize that that's the truck that might bring it there. So, and another thing is too, like I hear drivers talk about that over and over and over again. We need time to stop. When we leave space in front of us, that's not meant for you. Like, stay out of our lane.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
We're giving ourselves space. The second somebody pulls in there, it's like, oh, gotta recalculate my whole shifting, everything. Like, you know? And yeah, it can get frustrating, but it's just everyday life, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like a big thing for us truckers to understand is the people that never done it, the people that have never driven truck before will never fully understand. Right. Right. So.
Because ultimately we are professional drivers, right?
Yeah, that's another thing.
We held to a higher standard.
That's another thing too. Some of us out there are still professional. We take our job serious. There's a lot of them out there that don't. Everybody sees it. We all see it. But I feel like it would be nice if the general public wouldn't put us all in the same boat. You know, some of us are still professional truck drivers because it is a profession, right?
Yes.
So that's another thing for me, it would be nice if we weren't all put in the same boat and all truckers are bad, you know, like some of us are still professional.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to somebody, you know, a young kid that's still in high school that might consider trucking? Like, what would you tell them? You know, if you go back to the 18-year yourself.
Make sure you know where you are mentally at. You know, driving truck and being in the truck all day, all week. You got to be okay with being alone. Loneliness is a big thing, right?
Right.
Yeah, I would say you have to be okay with your own company, basically, like to be by yourself. That's a big thing. And there is a lot more to trucking than just what you see just by passing a truck. Like, there's a lot more than just sitting behind the steering wheel.
Right.
Right, and I feel like a lot of people get into it thinking, oh, I can do it, that's easy. Like, there's a lot more to it than just sitting there and holding the steering wheel.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people do the bare minimum.
Yeah.
And they make it look easy, and then, stuff happens down the road, and they wonder what happened.
Yeah. Okay, so prepare yourself if you want to become a truck driver, because you're most likely in it for a long haul, right? Like,
yeah.
no pun intended.
Yeah, because I have people personally that I know that did drive truck, and they just couldn't handle being alone. You know, it was just too much.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because the paycheck might look very appealing, right? Because it is a good income.
Absolutely.
And I talked about this a few times before. Like, me and my wife, when we first got married, we made our class 1s. We started driving too, and I'd say it's the best decision beside getting married we ever made. Right? Like, it really. We really got used to each other's company. You know, I would say a lot of young people, we want to get married, you should, you know, get your class 1, drive together for a few years, and then and you should be pretty good.
Yeah, Ben and I did that too. When we first got married, we started driving within, was it 6 months, 9 months, something like that. And I would say that was really good.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You can't walk away and slam a door.
That's
all
right.
you can do is close a curtain.
I'm going to close these curtains very loudly now. Pow!
yeah, exactly.
That's funny. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners as we head into the holidays?
No, I would just wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. That's about it, yeah.
Stay safe out there.
Stay safe out there,
The roads might be slippery.
Yeah, have patience on the road.
Right. Okay. I forgot. Do you have hobbies? Or what hobbies?
Driving truck.
Driving truck is your hobby?
Yeah. No. Fishing is a big one. I enjoy fishing. I love fishing. Yeah.
Ice fishing or just summer?
I haven't done much ice fishing, but summer, I definitely would be open to getting into that.
Okay.
But summer fishing is the main thing that I've done.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like for eating or just for fun?
Both.
Yeah?
Both, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And that is it. So please share this episode if you think somebody might get value out of this. So thank you for watching. And come back next week for another new exciting episode. So Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you.
Be
You
safe.
too.
Have fun. See you next time. Bye-bye.